Kia ora guys, and welcome to this special edition episode of Blading News, where we're going to recap the year 2023 for rollerblading, because it has been a great year. And we can't talk about 2023 rollerblading without mentioning the biggest outside influence of the year, which is Barbie the movie. This movie only had a very small feature of rollerblading in it. It's not like it was a main part of the plot. It was just kind of a couple throwaway bits that were kind of forced into the movie to fit the 90s vibe. But that didn't stop the impact that it had on inline skating. If you go look at Google Trends right now, no matter where you look in the world, but specifically in the US, if you go into the inline skating trend here, you'll see that all the top related queries are to do with the Barbie movie, almost all of them, which shows the impact it's had. And this is really, really good for rollerblading. It's just another chance for people to come and fall in love with the sport that we all love. But by far the biggest owl from this whole situation was just the fact that even though they're name dropped in the clips,
did you bring your rollerblades?
I literally go nowhere without them.
They didn't get the exclusive deal to collab with Barbie. Instead, it was the company Impala, which, if you didn't know, this is run by a skateboard company. It's owned by Globe, so it's not like a rollerblading origin kind of brand. It's skateboarding. They're not all bad though. I put them in the good books because they do invest in rollerblading. They do it right. They are an outsider, but they could be a lot worse. And it definitely would have been better if it was a collab with rollerblading. That would have been better getting money into the core scene of rollerblading. But if you look at like Rollerblade's product line, you can tell why it didn't happen. You know, like this is all like what Barbie skate they're gonna put out here. It's just not gonna hit the same vibe like the Impala one. The Impala this absolutely nails the vibe, you know, and like Rollerblade would have to really go back and bring something back to hit it. But hey, it's still free advertising for Rollerblade, the brand, and free advertising for inline skating, the sport we love, which is really cool. Another outside influence that happened this year though was in the video game world with the release of the game Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Now this is a Jet Set Radio knockoff game that features rollerblading. If you play the story, when you open the game, they force you to ride rollerblades right at the start, but it does feature every action sport. So once again, it doesn't primarily focus on rollerblading, and I do not think this had anywhere near as much of an impact as the Barbie movie. As you can imagine, this is a small dev team that made this, but it is a really good game, not to mention the great soundtrack that is free to use on YouTube without getting content ID'd. If you're looking for a gift for yourself or a rollerblader, highly recommend it. It's super fun, really good movement, massive improvement on Jet Set Radio, and I know that Jet Set Radio got a lot of people into blading, so I had high hopes that this would do the same, but I don't think that's the case yet. We haven't lost all hope yet though, because there also recently been announced the remake of Jet Set Radio. There's a new one coming from Sega. Now when I see these clips here, I have very, very low hopes. I don't know why, when I see this, it just looks like a cash grab to me, and I do worry. And you know, Sega doesn't have the best reputation for making good games these days, so fingers crossed that's good and that gets more people, it reminds people about blading, gets them into it as well in 2024. But yeah, it's cool to see that happening. Another interesting thing that took off this year was off-road skating, something that had never been fully realized before until this year, with it getting hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube within the last year. Now I'm still not too sure about this one as a trend as a whole. I don't know if people are actually out there doing this, as it looks very intense and scary to do, but there was a couple pro skates released, and they made it look really fun. To me, that looks super dangerous and scary, and I'm a roller. I don't know how this looks to someone who doesn't know how to skate. You gotta let me know though. I've asked this before, but I really want to know, is anyone out there actually doing some off-road skating? Because it looks fun, but to me it looks so dangerous. It looks like an ankle breaker, and it's really hard for me to tell if this is not just off-road rollerblading getting into the algorithm of like some off-road BMXers or something, off-road mountain bikers, and they're just saying, oh, you can do it on skates, or whether it's rollerbladers or people actually interested in doing it themselves. You know, to me, those three things are the big standout outside influences in rollerblading in 2023. Now, before I start the losing battle of trying to list absolutely everything cool that happened this year, because there's been a lot, I figured I'd simplify it for myself and just tell you the things that have been my favorite. I'm gonna make it even more simple to watch. I'm gonna break it down into categories. So starting off, here are my favorite products that were released in 2023. Starting off with one of my favorite skate releases of the year, the Base Them collab. Because this beautiful colorway here was a long time coming. People were hanging out for the collab between them skates and Basement, and they did not disappoint with it. Very memorable, very creative, excellent colorway for a skate. And they didn't just release a really cool looking product, they also released it alongside a very memorable edit with a whole lot of brand new creative skating, kind of pushing the bar of what you can do in skates. And even more further than that, this was the first skate they released, them skates release, with a couple new sizes, filling out the better sizing chart for better options for sizing in them skates. Another huge step and a huge accomplishment for the brand. Them skates really can't be stopped. Every year they're pushing the bar and accomplishing more and more stuff and giving blading exactly what they asked for. That's not the only skate I'm excited for this year though. The other one that was really notable to me was the Michael Witzerman Pro Skate. I'm so hyped for this product. I'm a huge fan of Michael Witzerman. I love his skating. I love his attitude about skating. And it's been really cool to see Powerslide come through and give him a pro skate like this. And he took risks with this colorway, as you can see here. He didn't just go for that boring black and white skate that you'd kind of expect from such a steezy skater. And I think it works well. And I'm mostly just super hyped to see such a cool skater get supported by the industry like this. I really enjoyed his part in Plastic Pushes 4 too, and I just overall really like his skating, and he's a young, exciting person to watch in skating, and it's really cool, and I'm so hyped the fact that he got a pro skate so quickly like this. Congrats, Michael. And speaking of that USD sway, this is a skate I kind of wrote off a long time ago. I like the look of it. It looks like a nice standard skate, but the forward flex in it has really always put me off. You know, the people that land a trick, you can see through the back behind the cuff, you can see the liner. Apparently they fixed that now, which I learned from a great review from our boy Wheel Scene. And I mean, that's put that skate on the radar for me again, especially with the dope colorway that Michael Witzman's put out here. But for now, I'm a Them 909 boy. Another product from this year that I'm super excited for, and I cannot mention, and my favorite products of the year, is the angled soles. Now, this was only recently kind of showing off, but the idea is so impressive to me. It essentially is a broken-in sole play, a sole play that has new angles on it that helps ledge feel a lot more like coping, meaning you can hold on to things more naturally. And I just think the idea is so smart and so interesting that I am super excited for. So I think this is a huge breakthrough for rollerblading, and I think it could make huge waves and changes. We could think back to this day. I think it's going to put 2023. You're going to think of the day that these sole plates were made. I say that without having skated them yet, but I've only heard great things, and I do have some on the way, and I'm super excited to try them out. My boy Jad Roller Vlog has been out tasting them. I definitely recommend checking them out if you're more interested. But like I said, this is a game changer for rollerblading, and it's a huge moment for blading. I think a huge change is coming. Someone reinvented the sole play. It's amazing. And then I can't talk about my favorite products from 2023 without mentioning Standard Skate Company, the Standard Omni. I am so excited for the skate, and I think this is my product of the year for sure. Now, it hasn't actually come out yet, which I definitely think adds to its favor because no one's got to skate it yet other than the people on the team. Congrats to them. It's the coolest team ever. So hyped about that. But that means right now, this is the perfect skate to everyone. You know, they're imagining the perfect skate. They haven't had the chance to see what it's like, so it's the perfect skate. And that's definitely what it is to me right now, and I can't wait to skate these skates. This is the brand new skate company made by Lawrence Ingram, the guy behind 50/50, the guy behind the channel Back to Blading, and a guy that I've always looked up to. If you've seen his Gear Talk live streams, you know he knows what he's talking about. He's a blade nerd. He knows everything about blading, all the details, all the specs, and he's come together with this product for here. And this is what I'm super excited for. This is a company that I think is gonna be amazing, and I just cannot wait to get my hands on these skates. This product doesn't just stand out for me this year because of the fact that it's a really exciting, cool product made by a really cool dude, but also it's a massive highlight for me this year just because all the chances I've had to talk to Law about it has been such a highlight for me. Every time I had a chance to ask him about it, there's just so much energy. It really got me charged up and excited for the future of rollerblading. I can't tell you what it was like to be in America holding the first samples that no one has seen outside a box here of these skates and just being told the plans and the exciting future for this brand. I can't tell you the feeling that gave me, the energy that gave me, and the excitement I had for you guys to all find out about this skate company, because it is so cool, man. And I do owe a huge thank you to Law, because he has really helped me out here by giving me the inside scoop on these skates the whole way through out of everyone. I was the first person to post a picture of these skates outside of the box, which was such a cool thing to do. And he gave me all the inside scoop the whole way through, a bunch of exclusive interviews. It's really helped me out and really made my year. 2023 is the year of the Standard Skate Co. launch, and is by far my favorite product of the year and the one I'm most excited for. Moving on to my favorite events from the year. Winter Clash is hands down my favorite event from 2023. It was the first one back since COVID, and you could see and feel the energy. I mean, I wasn't there, I had to watch it through the live stream, but it was such a good moment and such a good start to the year. There were so many great moments, like this moment here where a drunk Nick Lomax is trying to get Montre to do a topsail, and Montre misses a bunch of topsails. I don't know why, I fucking love that moment. It's so cool, such a great moment, so funny. It also was a moment where Rollerblading beat out skateboarding with the Winter Clash live stream hosted on Ricardolino's channel here, peaking with more viewers than the Olympic opening for skateboarding. It was going at the same time, which is crazy. And I will never forget this backslide from Joe Atkinson. No one could hit this obstacle, and he backslid, frontside, backside, the whole thing. That is going to go down in history, man. It was such a great event, and it got me so charged up for the year for skating. Now, you do need to keep in mind that I am a New Zealander, so I'm very far away from most events. So my event coverage, my event list is probably not great. But the other top event for me from the year was definitely Spring Cup. This is because I got to go there and I got to meet a bunch of rollerbladers for the first time. This is the first international rollerblading event, the first big rollerblading event I ever got to go to, and it was an absolute highlight of my life. And like, yeah, I got to meet so many lovely people. I got to meet a bunch of you guys, and they got me so charged up. And damn, I wish I lived closer, because it was so nice to be surrounded by so many people who love rollerblading, and it's a huge highlight for me. And it was a really fun event. I wish I got to skate more. I didn't get to skate that much, but the skating I saw was amazing. And yeah, massive highlight of the year for me. 2023 was also the return of Bitter Cold Showdown. After 10 years, they came back for one final show, and it was an absolute banger. The official live stream was hosted by iRollerboot and Spook Wackadoo, who also did an insanely good job capturing this event. It was really cool to see a classic comp make a big comeback, and it is a shame to see it go once again. Moving on to my favorite edits from the year, there's no way I can talk about 2023 edits. I don't know if I can even call this an edit, but without mentioning Heat by Roshis or by Ilya Savosin. Now this video, I loved it at first, but I love it even more with time going past and the more I watched it. It is just, it did so much of rollerblading. It really pushed the bar of what we can achieve and what it means to even make an edit. It's exceptionally well done, very high production. And the story is actually growing on me. I didn't think there was much of a story, but I think that I see some meaning in it now, and I'm very, very impressed. And I think this edit is definitely going to go down in history as one of the coolest videos to come out of blading ever. I think Savosin really captured the feeling of skating. Like this clip right here, he really captured how fun it is to skate in this, and how it is an escape from the real world, you know. And it was just a great video, and it really stands out. In a world where edits will kind of blur together now because there's so many and such high competition, and with Instagram and stuff like that, this edit really stands out. And Savosin did a great job with it. And then to add some recency bias, my next top pick from the year, it's definitely got recency bias, but this edit blew me away. It only just recently came out, but it's Jake Dotson's Festive, and it features some great skating, man. It takes me back to the OG days of watching Jake Dotson go. He can do anything on skates, and he really shows it off in this edit. If you haven't had the chance to watch it yet, this is my favorite Jake Dotson edit to come out of all the ones he's come since his comeback. I think it's so well done. Really good tricks, good choices, good spot choices, great variations, and such difficult tricks done. A really good watch for the Christmas sessions I hope you get to have. There were a ton of really good edits that I should mention as well. Ones I've mentioned before, like the bass theme, and I could really get into the details, but to me, just quickly non-thinking, these two stand out to me. When it comes to skating videos, there's more than just edits though, and I want to acknowledge and highlight some of my favorite fellow rollerblading content creators who have made some amazing videos this year that are so helpful for the rollerblading community. And the first person I want to highlight is my boy Tom Moyes, because he has been absolutely killing it, not just this year, but for a long time now, and he has been a huge asset to rollerblading. Not only has he been bringing in numbers that just don't make any sense for such a small niche of aggressive inline skating, he is putting numbers that should not be possible, but he has made some monumental videos that are just there's such an asset to rollerblading. Like this one here about the joke that changed rollerblading. It's one of my favorite videos of the year. It's something that I think is going to be so good for new people getting into blading. It's just something that should be talked about in blading that no one has really dove into before, and he's done such a good job with it. This is an excellent video. Another one of his favorite series that I love that he's done is the My Battle series he's been doing. This is another piece of content that has been absolutely missing from rollerblading, and it's something I'm so interested in. I love these videos. It dives into the story behind one trick and an edit, because you know, this trick is like 1 second of an edit, but there's always a story behind this journey of landing it, all the things that go in the way, it's security dodging, the like hyping yourself up. It's just so interesting to see, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope to see more from Tom. I know this is a very hard thing to make, but I absolutely loved it, and I think it's a huge asset for blading. I've thoroughly enjoyed every video from Tom this year, and you're killing it, Tom, and blading is so lucky to have you making stuff for it. Another one of my favorite YouTube channels this year though definitely is Jumbo. Jumbo has been putting out so many good videos this year. It's hard to believe they weren't in blading before, because these are such high quality videos, man. And particularly their For the Street series, where it's just a street skating vlog with their crew. And I can't tell you how much I enjoy these videos. Every single one is a hit. They are so enjoyable to watch. This is a hard medium to make work. A skate vlog, you've got to have people that are natural on camera. You got to be good with the storytelling. You can't just bring a camera to a session. There's so much more to it, and Jumbo does an amazing job with it. These videos always are such a joy to watch and always make me excited to go skate, and they are a huge addition and a huge asset to rollerblading. If you haven't watched one of the Jumbo For the Streets videos, highly recommend it. You should put it on right now. You won't regret it. They are insanely well done. To the Jumbo boys, you guys are absolutely killing it, and I just can't wait for every single upload you make. Love you guys. Blading is blessed to have you. We're not done there though. I got more people that I love in blading on YouTube. The next one up is my boy iRollerboot. iRollerboot has been bringing a pretty much daily live stream, which has been such a cool thing to tune in. I love that there's always a place to go, join live, and just talk about rollerblading with nothing's off the table. Super casual, super funny, and a great time. Another great asset to rollerblading. I know how hard these things are to do, and you're doing an excellent job, Mr. iRollerboot. And alongside these daily streams, he also has so many videos, like almost daily uploads of great content as well. He is first to the news for everything, even though I'm supposed to be a news guy, and everything he's doing is really good. It's another exceptional asset for rollerblading. Another highlight of the year. Ben, you're killing it. Keep killing it. Now I could easily go on and on about all of the great rollerblading YouTube channels, but I'll call it for now. Those are my top 4, but I do have a couple Instagram accounts that I've loved this year as well that I want to quickly mention. The first one is my homie Tree. Tree is an excellent standard of how to do an Instagram account, man, with so much creative posts, so many cool things done. You should definitely follow him if you don't. Always look forward to his posts. They're always great. And another one I want to quickly mention is my boy Austin Paz. I think he's the golden standard of the kind of typical skating account, with like really nicely shot and interesting skating, always pushing the bar, trying new things, and yeah, it's always just a joy to look at. Austin Paz is kind of like, I wish I could post as cool clips as him. And Austin's had an ankle injury as of late, but I can't wait to see some more posts from him. And then of course I got to mention the big homie Biz, who's been doing a version of Twib on Instagram that's been very nice. It's a nice pocket size one that if you've been missing out on the Twib experience, you need to get over to Instagram to watch it. I know how hard the rollerblading news gig is, and you're doing a great job, Biz. Keep killing it. And I look forward to seeing more of your stuff in the future. And then to quickly go over my personal highlights of the year, I came into the year with the goal of skating more often. Instead of skating like once or twice a week, skating more like 3 to 4 times. And I did hit that goal for the whole first half of the year. And that was possible because of you guys. I made it into a video, which made me actually commit to doing it. I skated every day for the first month, and it was a great experience. Sadly, I didn't get to keep that streak because after I came back from America, I've done a really bad injury to my knee that has stopped me from skating for literally half the year now, which has not been fun. But to keep it on a good buzz, another highlight from the year for me is the fact that I got a world record, which once again is because of you guys. You guys made that possible by watching me on Twitch and supporting me. I have the world record, still holding it, for the speed run of Rolling, the video game, which is an infamous aggressive rollerblading video game. John Hooley on the cover, great game. I stand no chance of keeping that world record, considering I've completely forgotten how to play that game, so please don't steal it from me. Or you can. I've had it for a while now. At least I still have the printout. It's cool, you know. It'll still count, right? But definitely that's a highlight for me. But the biggest highlight of the year was definitely going to the US, going street skating, putting together a street section that I'm proud of, skating some famous spots, and meeting you guys at Blading Cup and a bunch of pros. And I feel so blessed to have the opportunity to have done that. It really was such a cool experience, and I really owe every one of those moments to you guys. So thank you guys so much for everything you do for me. And that would have to be all my favorite picks of 2023 in rollerblading. Now I'm sure I've forgotten a bunch of things, and I'm going to be super mad when I remember some of these things that they just left my mind, and I'm sure you probably don't agree with most of the things I said today, and I would actually love to hear what your highlights were of the year. Let me know in the comments, whether that's something personal like you getting into skating, welcome to blading if you did, or it's a product that came out that you absolutely loved this year. Please let me know. Tell me how wrong or right I was. I want to give a massive shout out to all the skate shops for helping out blading, to you for rollerblading, to the creators for creating, and my patrons for supporting me. Now, I had the goal of getting 100 patrons by the end of the year to be able to continue trying to pursue this full time, and we didn't hit that goal, but we did bring in a whole lot of new people, and I really appreciate the support. For people to believe in me enough to put money behind it is a huge thing, and I really appreciate it. There were so many people out there with nice words and helpful things in a time when I really needed it. And I will remember that, and I really appreciate it. It has been a pretty tough year for me. There's been a lot of ups and downs, which I think is reflected in the video output I've had this year. A lot of people have come out for me to help me out, and I really appreciate it. I'm absolutely blessed for the position I am in blading right now, and rollerbladers are awesome. So thank you all. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched my stuff and supported me in any way. I hope you have the best Christmas and holidays, and yeah, here's to a great 2024. Thank you for blading.